Hi, I'm Malcolm.
And I'm Shiv, and we created Cyclist Survival.
So the basic general premise of this game is to or to teach people how to make healthy food habits, in particular younger children, make the right food choices while playing a fun, interactive cycling game, survival game.
So we're going to go ahead and get started with the demo first, and then we're going to go into some of the programming aspects behind our creation. So as you can see here, this is the home screen. It automatically shows you level, money, and health. And we're going to go into the how to play button first. So when I click on the how to play, it takes you to an instructions page, gives you a little bit of hints on how to play the game. You control left to right with the arrow keys. The object is to avoid all obstacles while obtaining healthy food and avoiding unhealthy food. And you can also collect money along the path that you can use during the in-game shop. So let's go ahead and get started.
Okay, so here's the demo. As you can see, the cyclist moves forward all on its own, and the way to control it is just moving it left and right through the left and right keys, which he's doing right now. And the paths that he's going on are randomly generated, so there's just a random generation block that we created that chooses between a list of different backgrounds to create. And as you can see, the health is decreasing on its own. So that when you pick up items, it either increases or decreases based on the food choices that you make, and the point is to not run out of health. So if he doesn't pick up anything, then it'll naturally run to zero and you'll lose the game. But if you make the right food choices, then it'll naturally give you more health and you can continue playing. So the other ways of losing the game, I guess, are you would have to go off the path, so hit one of the red lines on the side, or to hit an obstacle that appears in the path. Right now, I guess it's just the program is being unlucky and it's not randomly choosing items, just there it is. So it depends on what he picks, but he just picked the chips, and as you can see, the health decreased because that's an unhealthy choice. And then each level has a certain number of paths that you need to complete before the finish line, and here's the finish line, and there I guess are more the items that just showed up, and he picked the water, which increased the health, as you can see. And at the end of each level, there's a shop where you can decide if you want to buy something, and if you just scroll over the item, it'll tell you how much it costs and what it'll do for you, and then to actually buy it, you have to click on it. But you have to have money, which you needed to pick up during the level for items. And if you try to click on something right now, it will say you don't have enough money because he has no money, so he can't buy it. And then to restart the game again, you have to click done, and it'll go to the next level. And as you can see with the next level, he starts going faster. So at each successive level, he goes faster and faster to make the game, I guess, a little bit harder. But you also have to go through more screen switches before the level ends.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show the feature where you crash into outside the road, in which case it'll show endgame. Or actually, I'm going to crash into this rock first. So as you can see, crash into the rock. It's a bad obstacle. Said sorry, but it congratulated you for getting to the second level, and then it returns you back to the start screen. And that's the general premise of our game. So now we're going to go into the programming aspects of what we created. So as you noticed during the game, there was a random background that was being created, a random path for the bicyclist to travel. So we did that by this area right here. And basically we have a set of backgrounds that we created ourselves, and the block will run a dice roll in which it'll pick a random one of those backgrounds to display. And if there is a left turn coming, for instance, then it has to follow up with the actual left turn. So there are certain cases where it has to be followed up by specific things. But yeah, overall, it picks a random background and it keeps it going. It's infinitely generated. So next, we're going to go into the cyclist
and
sprite.
It changes background once the cyclist gets far enough on each stage. So it's just a sort of coordinate, and once it gets there, then it knows to switch backgrounds through broadcasts.
Right. So next, we're going to go into maybe some of the random items that were generated. So let's take a look at the random item generator block. Let's see this here. So here, we have a dice roll that picks a specific sprite, and displays it along the 3 possible locations for it. So there's a left, center, and right display format. And each sprite cannot be displayed more than once at a time. So we accounted for that with these if statements in between.
Yeah, and it basically does it through lists of broadcasts. So it picks randomly between a list of broadcasts for each one, and then it broadcasts out to the sprite that it picks through that list, and then that sprite, once it receives that, will show up in the correct place according to what the background is, because the backgrounds switch, so it needs to be in different places each time, and we've accounted for that through the sprites.
Okay, so great. Now we're going to show you how the sprite interactions work by going through the getting rid of sprites block. This is a very long block. It basically has each sprite in it, or it broadcasts to each sprite how to interact if the bicyclist touches it. So as you can see here at the very beginning, we have a health color, and if you reach the red border, it automatically sets your health to 0, which ends the game. So you cannot go outside the boundaries of the road. And then here is the finish line, so the blue color. If you get to the finish line, it'll switch to the shop screen and allow you to buy items. So for example, we have the chicken right here. So if the cyclist ever touches the chicken, it'll change your health by 15. So chicken is one of the healthier food choices that we have available, and it'll increase your health by 15, allowing you to last longer.
And it also broadcasts touching, which hides all the sprites on the screen. So once you hit it, it hides all the other sprites. So you can't get 2 in 1 or whatever you want.
So yeah, those are the major programming aspects behind our creation. We hope you enjoy the game. Thank you.
Thanks.